all, and thank you for listening to Mr. Laxon's video on the pre-calc week 1 expectations. So I plan on posting a video like this once a week on Mondays, just to kind of explain a couple things of what's going on in pre-calc this week and kind of what my expectations are for you. Wow, what a crazy time. I haven't seen you guys for, 3 or 4 weeks now, and wow, I miss y'all. Except for maybe fourth hour, but you guys probably knew that. Well, maybe just a few people in fourth hour, but you guys knew that anyways. But anyways, as we go on here, I've just been hanging out at home, just like all you guys. I've been spending a little bit of time outside in the woods and hiking around and fishing and stuff like that. The golf courses were closed down, unfortunately, so that kind of ruined some of my time spent there. But I've been spending a lot of time here at home with my wife, and as you can imagine, she's kind of over me and all my jokes as of right now. So we've been. I asked her to come up and see if we could do a TikTok video for you guys during this, because that's what she's been watching and kind of entertaining herself with, is some TikTok videos. I still don't really get them, but maybe someday me and her are going to be famous on there, so you can watch out for that. Other than that, I haven't been doing too much, just like you guys, watching some Netflix, watching some YouTube, as we try to make it through this certainly crazy, crazy time. I thought I'd wear a tie for you guys, since it might be Tie Tuesday when you're watching this, so I couldn't leave you guys out on that experience. So anyways, I just wanted to, like I said, just kind of wanted to make a video kind of explaining kind of my expectations for you guys as we move on here with our pre-calc curriculum. We're starting out on Chapter 7. I know that a lot of you got the Chapter 7 booklet before you left, so you have the notes, so that's nice. But if you don't, you're just going to either have to print them out yourself, but if you don't have printing capabilities, then you can just take notes and do all this stuff on scratch sheets paper, just like we used to in the olden days. So we're actually going to do Chapter 7, so it's going to take us probably a good chunk of time, a lot of weeks to do Chapter 7, because it's one of the harder chapters of the year. But then after Chapter 7, we're actually going to move into Chapter 12, so we're going to skip a bunch of chapters, and that's what Miss Steele said is going to be most important for you guys as you go on to calc next year or go on to college classes next year. So again, this is something that's just completely new for all of us. So I'm learning this just as much as you guys. I've never taught any classes online. I've taken some classes online, so I'm going to kind of base it off that and my college experience, kind of what I've seen there. So hopefully you guys can practice a little bit for your online college classes. All right. So as you guys, I'm sure you guys have heard, we're going to go to pass and incomplete. So we're not going to do grades A, B, C's anymore. You're just going to get a pass and incomplete. And the way that I'm going to work that is if your grade just turns out to be greater than 60%, then you'll be in that pass column. And obviously it's below there, then you'll be in the incomplete. So which means that you're going to have maybe opportunity during the summer, opportunity during next year. We haven't really been told to complete that. Good. So this is kind of how our pre-calc class is going to work every week. I'm going to post once a week on Mondays, and I'm going to post a couple things on Mondays. I'm going to post a Google Doc that has things that are expected of you, and then I'm going to post a separate Google Doc of things that are extra practice. So if you decide that you get done with the expected things and say, hey, we got a test coming up, I need a little bit more practice, I'll post some Google Forms, some quizzes, some Kahoots and things like that for you guys to get a little bit more practice. So those extra practice are not technically put in the grade book, but they are for you if you guys need them. So here's how the expected stuff is going to work. I'm going to post assignments on Google Classroom. So like say for the first one is 7.1 day 1. So I'll post an assignment on there that has a worksheet actually attached to it. The worksheet is actually the exact same thing as the bookwork. Mr. Creighton's just been making those up all year because he didn't give out books. He just gave out the worksheets. So the worksheet will coincide exactly the same as the bookwork. So if you can't print out the worksheet, if you're just going to work on a separate sheet of paper, you can go through the book and do that. And then obviously the odd answers are still in the back of the book for you guys. So I will post an assignment on Google Classroom that says 7.1 day 1. I'll post the book numbers and the worksheet for you. And then you will have to complete that after you complete the notes, obviously, with Miss Steele. And then you will snap a picture of that on your computer. or with your phone or whatever you want to snap a picture of, and then upload it to Google Classroom. So you're not going to email me those assignments, but you'll be uploading those assignments to me on Google Classroom, so I don't have a million emails in my inbox for me. All right, so I'll post the assignments probably at the beginning of every week. This week I'll probably post them on Tuesday because that's when we're supposed to officially start after spring break. So I'll post those assignments on the beginning of the week so you can get done with all those and attach all those as you guys get them done. So I know some people are going to want to get everything done right away, and some people are going to kind of space it out. I will have, and this is kind of how my online assignments have gone as well, is that some things will be due Wednesday at midnight, and then some things will be due Sunday at midnight. So you'll just have to look at the Google Doc and see when those due dates are for those. All right, so that's a lot like when you get to college online classes. That's what you'll have. They'll give you kind of an overview of what's going on for the week, and you kind of get to plan it out and space it out how you feel is best for you. All right, so we've been told that we're only supposed to give you 3 hours of homework, so we've kind of gotten together as all the pre-calc teachers and kind of decided what looks like 3 hours for you, so then we can kind of plan on that for the week. All right. Other than that, other than the regular assignments, I will also post assignments in Google Classroom that will be quizzes and tests. So obviously, with this crazy time at home, there's no way that I can really monitor you with your quizzes and tests. So I'm just going to send them out again with those assignments. Again, if you can print them, great. If you can't, you can work them on a scratch sheet of paper and send them to me that way. But the quizzes and tests will be there. Mostly, I'm going to post those at the end of the weeks. Probably post them on Thursday and give you like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday to be able to get those done and post them to me on Sunday for the tests and quizzes. So obviously, a lot nicer for you for the tests and quizzes because they're pretty much open book, open note. You're going to have all the things for Chapter 7, all the different formulas and all the different half angles and all that different stuff that we're going to go through in Chapter 7 here. All right, and I'm planning on posting answer keys the week prior. So in that Google Doc for the week prior, or excuse me, the week after, in that Google Doc for the week after, I'll post the answer keys that have the answer keys to quizzes, tests, and I'm planning on posting the bookworks as well, so you guys can kind of check those for yourself. All right. Other than that, like I said, this is just new time for everybody, so we're just going to kind of go through this together. If you do have any questions or comments, you guys know that I am on the email, so if you guys shoot me an email, I'm pretty quick to get back to you on that. That's kind of the easiest way to reach me. So if you have any questions on homework or if you have any questions on skills, I'm always there for your email. I'm planning on maybe setting up some office hours, so maybe like Google Forms or a Zoom, or excuse me, Google Meets or a Zoom or something like that, so we can kind of meet and talk about those things potentially here in the next little bit. But we'll hear a little bit more on that. So as we wrap up here, we're going through Chapter 7. So the first part of Chapter 7 this week, you're going to have 7.1 and 7.1 day 1 and 7.1 day 2. And also just kind of a little review that kind of Miss Scott's made a little video for you too. So I'll post those on Google Docs for you. And my advice to you for Chapter 7 is move everything into sines and cosines. So when you see tangent, write tangent as sine over cosine instead of tangent. Write cotangent as cosine over sine. Write cosecant as 1 over sine. So change everything to sines and cosines, then you'll be able to see things maybe cross out. Maybe you can get a common denominator. Maybe you can keep, switch, flip, depending on what you have there. All right, so that's my advice to you for the first part of Chapter 7. I know that some of you have turned in the Chapter 7 and got that done already, so you might have a little bit of free time here this week, but that's good. So again, I'm here for you for email. It's a crazy time. I hope you guys are all staying well and healthy, and we will talk to you next week.